Hi everybody, this is Sam with Python Basics, and we're going to stay true to form. So we have gotten a lot of very good questions regarding strings, slicing of the string, and then looping through the string, a for loop. So we are going to do a deep dive. So alright, thanks for joining us. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe and notification bell, because this is what we do. We build upon subject matter, and most important, we answer questions that are sitting out there, because if this question's being asked, other people have these questions. So thank you very much. So all right, this goes back to one of the first videos, and I am very well aware that when I was getting started, I had a lot of gaps. So let's just jump into it. And we're just going to use this example of Python because when we get out, the spacing gets weird. So Python. So let's put this in memory. So okay, we call name. There we go. So this is a string. Now, let's just jump into this. So the indexing, I cannot believe I just did this. Forgive me, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So all right, Python 0 indexes, and all that is a fancy way to say starts with 0. So position index of name 0 is p. Now when we slice, it has a rule that it uses start, stop, and step. Now you also have, this is inclusive, the stop is exclusive. All that is a fancy way to say when I give it 0, it's going to start at 0, but when I give it 5, it's going to stop at 4. So let's look at it. So we got name. So go through. Now we can do it this way and go, I'm going to put 4, and let's see, let's double check. So it stops at 3. All right, does that make sense? And then the shorthand of this is if you don't give it a starting, it understands that that means 0. So I will get the exact same thing. So one of the questions was talking about a for loop. And in the very first video, I did for letter in name, print letter. All right, I went back and looked at it. I completely glossed over this. So absolutely awesome question. All letter is a placeholder. I can name it any variable I want. The way that the for loop works in Python is it takes, we won't get too deep into this, but this is a medium deep dive. A string is something that's called an iterable. And all this is, there it is. Pardon me. If my object has an iter double underscore method, I can use a for loop. So a string has a double underscore iter method, so that means that I can go one place at a time. I didn't time that right. So it understands that I can slice this up. So if I can slice it, it's an iterable, and I can iterate through it. All right. So that is that. Now let's see. Why didn't the S come out? Okay, so I think this is episode 6, the slicing. So what happened there was, let's put this back, basics. So, and run this, and I did I did name. This is what it was. We did len on name, and I get 13. And so name 12 because I want you to think about this. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, does that make sense? So when I go through, because this is 12, so it goes right up in 2 but does not include 12. It goes to 11. So if I wanted I needed 13 to get the whole thing out. All right, so it goes right up in 2, 0, and this is the 12th place. And if I want the 12th index, I have got to use 1 plus. So there we go. Let's make sure we touched on everything. So we touched on the letter. So let's do this another way. Let's close this down. So I just want to show you how it can be a placeholder. So name is this. So for in name, print. Okay, there we go. Python understands that this is just anything. This is each item through. First time, go through, because you have to give it a variable, a placeholder, so Python has something to do with. So each time through here it says, hey, I have this iterable here, and I'm going to give it a very quick, short, made-up variable placeholder, and then I'm going to do something. This is like the header of our function, and if you're new, we'll get to that. But this is your header, and this is your body. All right. So these are all the instructions, and I just want each item in this iterable just print it out. That's what this means. It's just a placeholder. You can name it anything you want, because in this header it understands that that is that. So there we go. I hope I've answered all the questions. Very good questions. But don't forget, inclusive, the start is inclusive, the stop is exclusive. Goes right up in 2 and does not include. So all right. Now if you come over here and you type 13, you get an error because you're out of range. But let's use our graphic here. So I get name 5 because I want an instance. I want a slice. That is different than the stop and the exclusive. So I have name, five. So what is going to be the last letter that comes out? Boom, stops right here, because this is my start. Start, stop, step. And that is that. Start, stop, and we haven't touched on step now. But there we go. Deep dive in slicing of strings. Strings are iterables. For loops work on them. They have a iter, double underscore. That's why this works. And we'll touch more on double underscore later when you get more advanced. But that is why this works. So there we go. Absolutely awesome questions. I love these. It makes this channel better. So thank you very much. And as always, guys, please drop any comments, questions, any more video requests below, any more details on this, just let me know. And as always, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.